producers on how to track everything. So 30 seconds, let's keep going.
Sure, let's go. Yo, welcome back everyone to another Beat Library live stream. How you doing, Sure?
What's going on, Sam, man? I'm good. Super excited. Special Sunday session. But we got a treat for the community as always, man. We trying to touch bases and do these streams as often as possible and give value to the community. So I'm super excited about today, though. How you feeling, Sam? Where you at in the world?
Yo, good, man. Can't complain. Australia, we got some. We got a crazy mix of time zones and countries for you guys. Real special on this one. I think it's like 3 or 4 different places in the world right now. You guys will see that's a very special guest coming alive in next couple minutes. But yeah, man, did you want to just kind of give everyone a rundown real quick of what we got in store before we welcome the guests on?
Yeah, man. First of all, in the chat, man, drop us. Let us know where you guys are watching from. If you're an artist, put your Spotify link in there. If you're not a member of the Beat Library, go ahead and join. You can use 30 off as a discount code just for participating in today's stream. But today, man, today's stream, we got a super special session going on with 2 amazing producers. We got TT Audi and we have Beat Republic, which are super amazing. Sam, if you could just kind of give off some stats, just run through the bio so the audience kind of know who we're talking to and get some of their previous work.
Oh, yo, absolutely, man. So I like to coin it as your favorite artists, favorite producers between the Beat Republic and TT. So pretty much anyone you guys listen to. So we got off the top of my head, Gunna, Jack Harlow, Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Ye, Jeezy, DJ Khaled, Meek Mill, ASAP Ferg, Big Sean, Rory, Ryan Trey, Tory Lanez. That's like half the top list. So it's a pretty crazy stacked list of if you're an artist, these are definitely people that a dream collaborators as far as producers go, producing your next track. And if you're a producer, these are definitely people that you want to take notes from, 1 on the production side and 2 on them dropping gems around how tracks come together, collaborating, and everything to do with being a producer. You want to listen in and absorb as much game as you guys possibly can, because that's a tour, the greatest tour lineup of if we could do an ultimate Rolling Loud, these guys list of who they've worked with would be that.
Sam, I think the amazing thing is, man, that the audience, you can get their exclusive production from these guys exclusively at Beat Library, where you can find a pretty solid catalog from TT Audi and Beat Republic. They just joint forces, and dropped an amazing pack by the name of Outer Space, which is live now on Beat Library, where you can go check it, you can play it, share it, download it, and how you have your way with it. And today is just really about getting these guys up on stage, man, and talking to them, kind of getting brought up to date, what they got going on, how this pack came together. So many questions. So the music is so good. I'm excited to let you guys listen to it. Of course, we're gonna get some feedback, and definitely want some amazing artists to use these tracks and run this pack up for these guys. Best way to support them is going to Beat Library, hitting play, hitting download, sharing, liking, create playlists. Use that link and support these guys by playing their music.
Yo, absolutely. So, man, I think it's about time we get them on the screen for everyone, and we start chopping it up. So, everyone, this is Beat Republic and TT Audi. We'd love to welcome to the virtual stage. Yo, guys, how you guys doing?
I'm good, Sam. How are you?
Yo, can't complain, man. Pleasure and a privilege to have you guys on. Yo, whereabouts in the world's everyone calling from right now?
I'm in the U.S.
In the States.
Madness.
Dima, where you at?
Yeah, greetings everyone. I'm broadcasting to you live from Lithuania, from Vilnius, East Europe, and also I'm still waiting my good friend and colleague Swede, 808 Mafia, the founder of the Beat Republic. So most probably he will be broadcasting to you from Norway today, if I'm
Nice,
not
nice. No,
mistaken.
Oh
Hey
yeah,
Swede, where
no,
you
no,
at?
I'm here. I'm here, man. What's up?
Ah, okay, great.
Can you hear me?
Yo,
hey,
sweet, what's going on,
Yeah.
man?
hey, sweet. We don't
I'm
got
here,
video for
man.
you.
Yeah.
We don't got video for you though. Can you make sure your camera's on?
Oh yeah, the camera's on, man. Can't you see me?
No. So
Camera's
what you
on.
may have to
No.
hit the settings gear
Yeah, we
wheel.
can't see you, bro.
Yeah. Hit that gear wheel
Okay,
and make.
because I can see myself.
Uh,
But let me try. Should try to log out and log in again?
you can do that, or you can just hit the setting gear and make sure that
Yeah.
the video is on your on your laptop or PC.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Yes. Yeah, something's happening.
FaceTime camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on. The video's on. Could be like maybe the connection or something.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, I'll say sign out and sign back in real quick.
Easy. But yeah,
It's all good.
Because
we'll get him locked in. But yo, that's crazy. You got Lithuania, we got 2 different cities in the States, Australia, Norway. You know, man, crazy having everyone connected on one call. Yo, but that's
No,
nuts.
for sure. So Swede's gonna get signed back in. So we good on that. We'll get him all set up.
Yo, absolutely. But yeah, while we're getting them tapped back into the call, I know this is the first official collab pack between you guys, Beat Republic and TT. But as far as I know, TT, this is definitely not the first time working with Swede in in production, and you guys have a long history of working together. Can you give us a quick rundown of, or even a quick rundown, just the backstory of how you guys know each other and how that relationship came
Yeah,
together?
so Swede, I've known Swede for probably about like 11 years or so now.
Damn.
We met, so we both were a part of 808 Mafia, and like that's how we initially met. We got introduced to each other through like the A&R at the time that was over there, my guy Tommy. So like Tommy was like the 808 A&R. He was like the guy responsible for like recruiting producers to like 808 Mafia and all that. So we had our own, like our own little group over there. So it was like me, like Tommy, me, and Swede, and there was like a couple other guys, like a couple more guys from Europe, and then some more in the U.S. But that's pretty much how we met. And then, fun fact, I actually got my first placement with Swede, which is actually crazy. It was Made in Tokyo, if y'all remember him, that who had the Uber everywhere and
Yeah,
all that. Yeah,
definitely.
we had a song called The Check, and it was with him, and he goes by 24 hours now, but like he used to go by Royce Rizzy. That used to be his name. So yeah, we that was our first placement, like through SoundCloud and all that. Like literally like 10 years ago, 2015.
Yo, that's crazy. I do want to circle back to what times look like 808 Mafia and how that was, you guys were running the game. But Dima, do you want to kind of give us a the backstory of the Beat Republic, how you met Swede, how everything got set up with you guys?
Yeah. Sure, of course. So eventually, of course, the entire thing of the Beat Republic is the idea of Swede. He was always having that idea in his mind about like having like a producer's crew and a team around him. And uh, if I'm not mistaken, his idea of that was like for many years previously, like maybe like 6 or even 8 years from now. So he was like always like building and collaborating with the people all around him from Europe, from United States, and so on and so on. Me specifically, we met with Swede first time. I think it was 2019, still like pre-COVID times. before the new eras, of that in Paris, and we had a meeting there at the Music Producers Conference, which was held by some of our good friends from Paris, and from there we connected, just like occasionally and talking, maybe exchanging some ideas and so on, and then during the COVID time, there was a little bit of slowdown. And once we got back to the topic, I think it was in 2023, when we once again met in the Paris, again at the same conference, Music Producers Convention, second time. And he said, look, like, I have that idea of the Beat Republic, and I need some people who could, help me to run this idea. And I said, look, I really like what you think. Like, what is your vision? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me help you out. And of course, in a Beat Republic, it's not only Swede or me as Phoenix music producer, but many more other people, who are collaborating in between them, trying to make timeless music to support independent artists, to work with major artists as well. So it's like a, conglomerate of creators, actually.
No, amazing, man. And how many members total is it right now in the Beat Republic? And you can give
Actually,
some
we're not,
shout outs.
Sweet, do you hear me maybe? No, most probably he's not yet here. Hopefully he will join us. So I would say it's like around like 5-10 people at the moment, like maybe more. I cannot say even like official numbers because we haven't didn't some kind of a official count, but
Yeah.
the majority of them, and of course Swede could be speaking about them much more than I do at the moment, actually.
No, too easy, man. But yeah, appreciate you. That sounds insane. Having like a worldwide network, kind of similar, I guess, to 808 Mafia. And yeah, I do want to touch back. TT, how was
Exactly.
like being a part of that? Like that was like a crazy wave at the time. But like, I think in a production world, it's like a legendary collective.
Oh yeah, you mean being a part of 808?
Yeah. Like that was like the shift of like SoundCloud. Like you guys were behind like
Yeah.
every song that came out of the, like, you know what I mean? Like those tags, everything was kind of driven out of that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, 808 was yeah, it was fun being like you said, like we were like it was dominating the game for like a good like couple years or so. So like I remember I went down to Atlanta because that's where like Southside is from and all, and like that's where most of them are based at. So I went down to Atlanta like 2016, and like first day Southside pulled up on me. We all had we had a bunch of fun, like just like talking, cooking up, and all that. But like it was dope. So then I was in Atlanta for like probably like I was back and forth between Atlanta from like 2016 to 17, like just working with like 808 and just like meeting people in Atlanta, like other artists and stuff like that, other producers, and then yeah,
No, amazing, man. It's
Well,
probably crazy to see the journey of how music has evolved. And you know, Swede, I'm gonna shoot this one your way. Everyone, we can hear you and see you. Can everyone else
yeah, I
hear and
can
see
Yeah.
see
you?
him now.
All right, sweet,
Sorry about that. I was
go
having
ahead,
some
easy.
brother.
trouble with the connection, I guess.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Chat, you guys should see Swede in a second because we can see him in the chat here. Sweet, man. How was seeing? We were just talking to TT about how you guys met like 10 years ago, and Dima was giving us the
Yeah.
breakdown of Beat Republic before COVID, through COVID, after COVID. How has it been? When music was predominantly in person, people flying out, studio sessions in person. Now everything is through email. Everything's super digital. How has that like change been as someone who's been a part of the
Yeah,
earlier
man. I
stages
mean,
to what it is now?
in my opinion, nothing really has changed, besides the fact that now it's easier to work because you can send an email. I mean, I
Hmm.
was living in Miami for years, going to studio sessions every night, and it's a lot of fun, you spend all night in the studio, drinking and, whatever you want to do there. But, uh, I came to a point. I was in Miami during COVID, and I came to a point where I was working from home because of COVID, right? And I was like, it's the same shit pretty much, right? I sit in my house, and make beats and send them to the artist instead to go, to the sessions. And I was missing, Scandinavia a lot. So I was like, man, I just moved back and do this shit, from my place in Norway, right? And it's a great way because I think it's very important to go to sessions and meet the artists, face to face, and build relationships. But once you have that in place and you feel like comfortable to work with the artist, and you know what the artist wants, and you can have like a good communication with the artist, then you can work anywhere really. And it's very easy to just bring your laptop with you wherever you are, and you don't need to go to sessions, spend all night there. But I think it makes things easier this way.
No,
But
absolutely.
as I said, I think it's still very important, I think, to go to sessions, and meet people, face to face, and cook up beats together with the artist. It's a different vibe, right? It's hard to describe, but it's a totally different vibe. That's why I think it's very important to go to sessions. At the same time, it's cool, cooking at, at home or wherever you are, and just send beats by emails. But I think when you don't have any relationships with the artist and you're just starting out, and you just make beats and send them out randomly, I don't think it's the best way to do it, because you want to come up with a sound, a unique sound with the artist, right? And every artist is different, right? So I think it's very important to be in a session and and feel the vibe, while you're in the same room with the artist.
No, absolutely. And I know it's, being in the production world, everyone wants to be a part of the songs that hit streaming platforms, get released officially. But how important is it to be in those rooms, and like what sort of advantage do you get to just see songs that get made, even the ones that, especially the ones that don't come out? You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is when an artist is going through, maybe trying to shift a sound that no one's heard yet, but most people are only ever going to hear it once it hits DSPs. Do you get an advantage of being in the room with the artist when they're doing that, as opposed to being someone who's only going through email and you only know of that
Yeah,
sound change once it's available to everyone else?
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's the same again. It's all about relationships, I think. Because when you're in the room with the artist, or when you're not in the room with the artist, but you can, here, you have a dialogue with the artist, then it's easier to come up with that unique sound, and get a preview of what it is, right? Especially when the artist come with ideas, and tell you, oh, listen, I like this song, this old song, can we sample it, or can we create something that style, and that way it's not just about making beats, it's about making something together, right? Like creating a song together, right? A sound together. Because when you make beats, it's very fun. I love that, make a bunch of beats, but you have no idea what the artist wants, right? And I think you should always make beats for yourself, make beats that you love, right? Without thinking, oh, now I want to make a beat for this and this artist, and try to replicate their sound. Because, the songs that you listen on the radio, Spotify, they're really old. So, the artist, I believe all the artists looking for the next sound, right? And when you're in the room with the artist, you have the chance to, create that next sound, rather than just, making beats.
No, absolutely, man, absolutely. And something that we touched on with Deemer, I think, while you were disconnected, that I wanted to make sure you were on call for to touch back on, is if you could give us a rundown of what the vision is for the Beat Republic. Dima gave us a rundown of kind of how you guys met up in Paris at the conference, and then again after COVID. But could you give us an insight into what your vision is for building the Beat Republic? Who's involved and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, sure. So I've had this idea about the Beat Republic for a few years now, and I never really had the time, to get on it 100%, and find the right way to make it work. But recently, I was lucky enough to, put together a team, with a bunch of different guys, and Dima is one of them. He's like the mastermind behind everything. But the idea with the Beat Republic was always to try to not only put together like a bunch of producers and writers to create like a production team, but to do something in a different way, and try to help everybody. I always, I mean, I started with music because I love music, and that's why I still make music, because I just love music. And of course, at the end of the day, it's a business, but I think many people kind of like lose the love of music, along this journey, right? And I see it's very hard now, I think, for up and coming producers, artists to find the right way, to make this work. And I always picture, imagine something where everybody can help each other, right? Rather than like trying to do something, trying to get a major deal, to try to get a placement and all that. I just would like to create like a movement, where everybody can help each other, where artists and producers work together, and they in control of the music, rather than give up the rights, the copyright and all that for maybe like a bad deal. I mean, everybody, when we're coming up looking for a big deal, right? Oh, I want to get signed to Sony or whatever, but unless you're making like very good numbers, a lot of these deals are not very good for you, maybe, right? And so I think it's very important to control the music, right? And my idea with the Beat Republic, it's always been that, to create like a movement where we teach each other, where we help each other, to get those placements, to get there where you want to be at, without giving up your rights to your music, your copyright, or whatever it is, right?
Hey,
So
Sweet, was that sentiment?
Public, I guess.
Hey, Sweet, was that? I had two questions. One, was that sentiment in mind when partnering up with Beatlibrary, and you guys have an amazing profile and producer page and catalog. Was that something in mind with just kind of touching the world and getting your production out there to the masses? With like currently right now, your catalog is available to millions of aspiring artists, and you guys do pretty well on the platform. Did you identify that as far as our sentiment and your sentiment matching, where we're giving production to the world, where artists and producers all collectively can work together? Was that one of the driving points with working with Beatlibrary?
Yeah, of course. I always like new stuff, right? If everybody go that direction, we go that direction. For years, I want to go the other direction, right? And when I came across the Bit Library, I think it was something unique, right? Something new, and that's why I got very interested. And I think you guys are doing a great job. And I think there's always been a gap between producers, artists, But I think we can like work together, and being able to upload this on your platform, I think it's a great way to, reach
Yeah.
out to
Hey,
an
hey,
artist,
hey, Dean.
find your artist.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sweetie. Your audio's coming, kind of cutting in and out a bit.
All right, can
Yeah,
you hear me?
it just got it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you repeat yourself again? Because your audio just kind of went bad.
I was saying that I always like new stuff, like different stuff and things that are unique, right? And when I came across you guys, when I came across the Beat Library, I think there was something really unique. I never seen that before, right? I mean, a lot of people like it's online and stuff, but what you're doing is totally different, right? And I think you're doing a great job, like bringing the artists, together with the producers, and it's a great way to find new artists, to work with new up and coming artists, to get out your to everyone. I appreciate it.
No, exactly. I'm glad you see that, right? It's really
I
I'm
don't know
glad
if you
that you
can
see the
hear me.
potential and network effect. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad you see the
I think
potential and the network effect
it's
that
you
the
guys.
platform provides. I think that's really key. And you needing vehicles to kind of appreciate it. We're working hard over here. It's a team effort, but I'm glad that you guys see the advantages of having your music on the platform and getting your vision and us being a part of executing on that. Hey Sam, everything good on your audio on your end right now?
Yeah, I can hear everyone all good. We're
Okay, cool.
pretty good to run through some music. I know that that's why we're jumping on the calls, not only to run through what we think of current music and how everyone's connected, but also to promote the music for everyone and make sure everyone knows where it's at and where we can make some amazing songs with some amazing production.
Yeah, so Sam, go ahead and introduce this pack, man. Unless you
Yo,
need me to do it.
absolutely. Now, yeah, you I'll let you take it
You
away
got it,
while
you
I'm
got it,
pulling
you
up the
got it.
tracks in the background. All right,
You're
cool.
gonna
All
pull
right,
out
cool.
the tracks. All right, cool. We're gonna get into outer space. Super excited, 10 pack with Beat Republic and TT Audi. I mean, this pack came together, man. I think it started in our WhatsApp chat. It started in the group chat, and it was really exciting to kind of see the guys work together and kind of cook this thing up, man, in about a week. So and just to see it come together in real time, and TT delivered, Beat Republic delivered, and I hope you guys, when you guys do check out the pack, which is live now on Beat Library, you guys are find it super dope and excited, and you guys will create some really dope, cool stuff with what they delivered to you guys. So again, without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna play some of these records so you guys can vibe. And don't forget, you can go check them out live on beatlibrary.io. Use 30 off to receive 30% off, and you can dive into these, download them, get them in the studio tonight, and start getting busy. But enough of that. Sam, you want to go ahead and start introducing these tracks so we can listen to some music?
Yo, absolutely, man. First one is Born Hustler. I will play the full beat for you guys, and then right after that, we'll get into some breakdown from the Beat Republic and TT around how each one came together, and we'll pretty much run through that as long as time permits. So again, first one, Born Hustler, top of the pack. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Yo, that was crazy.
Amazing track.
Legit. Can you guys run us through that one, like for everyone who wasn't in the WhatsApp convo, where who started what, kind of how that beat came to be?
Yeah. So I did the melody to that one, and then Sweet did the drums on that.
Yo, crazy.
Yo, TT, how
Yo, absolutely. And did you guys send over like just a ton of stuff to each other at a time? Like TT, did you just cook up a bunch of samples, like the melodies, and then shoot it over? And then, or is it like a bit of both? Some of the melodies coming from you guys at Beat Republic.
We really both just sent each other five melodies, and then we just went from there.
Yo, crazy. All right, well, let's get stuck into the next one. Sure, did you have any questions about that one, or are we gonna keep it running?
Nah, I'll exit on the next one though. I'm gonna keep the music going. I don't want to get too caught up in the conversation. They come to hear the music.
Absolutely. All right, next one is The Dawn. Again, same pack. You guys know where to find it. Let's go. Yo, drums on that are crazy. Melody as well, of course, but like, damn, bounce was nuts. Oh, sure, I think you're muted.
Yeah, TT, my question, like your melody process, like how you just got them for days, or you just get the inspiration from like where does it come from?
It really I just find sounds and just play with them. If it sound good, then I just go from there.
You just go from there. You got that ear.
Yep.
Nah, that's dope. That was fire. All right, let's get in the next one, man. Unless anybody got any other comments on that.
No, absolutely, man. All right, next one is Regent. Let's run it up.
Regent.
Yo,
That's
nuts.
one of my favorite ones out of the pack, honestly.
Yo, legit. I got a question for I guess all of you guys individually is one thing I noticed about one the Beat Republic catalog that's on Beat Library and even just placements and things like that that I'm aware of and TT yours as well is that and even just those three beats like very different vibes of course like in sort of that same you know genre subgenre wave but when you guys get different stuff sent to you or anything, do you just try and just cook up to just as much as possible? Or do you kind of just skip through and just pick the ones you're vibing with at that moment? Because I feel like one thing that always impresses me about the stuff that I see coming across the platform for you guys is the diversity that, a lot of guys who are newer to, say, production, they kind of stick within one sound, one BPM. How does that look? Do you guys just try and cook up to everything and just see what comes out of it, out of like, creative challenge?
For me personally, yeah. Like it doesn't matter what you send me, I'm gonna try to do something with it. Like if I have to like, alter like the melody, like to flip it, manipulate it. That's pretty much
Mhm.
what I do on everybody's stuff.
Oh, wow.
No. That's mad. And then do you kind of like even if that beat you're like, all right, cool, this one, on to the next one. Do you just kind of take in like, all right, cool, I could probably try that same drums in a different way. So even if that beat isn't the one that ends up being something, it could be lead to an idea that goes to the next beat. Do you know what I mean? Is that kind of like how
Yeah,
the flow ends up being?
sometimes, like sometimes I'll say, but like my drum process though, like it like I build my drums. I try to build my drums around the melody, if that makes sense. So like the
Mhm.
melody gives me like it gives off a certain sound, and then I just start plugging the drums where I feel like they need to go.
No, makes sense. Makes sense. Dima, are you similar? The melody first, drum second, or are you?
You're on mute,
Oh,
Dima.
I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Or it might be you might need to try like
Settings.
the little settings wheel at the bottom next to
Yeah, hit the
the
gear
phone.
wheel.
It might need to switch from the AirPods.
Yeah.
But yeah, while Deem is connecting, I'm gonna shoot it at your way, sweet as well. Are you typically a melody or drums first? Mhm. 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 Yeah, that makes sense.
It
Makes sense.
does
Deep,
though. It's working.
absolutely. Deep, can you try again to see if we can hear you real quick? Oh damn, nah, it seems at least muted for me.
Gotta hit the settings wheel,
I
Dima.
would say maybe leave and come back.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. We'll catch you on the next one. And in the meantime, this next one is Orbit. Let's run it up.
Yo, amazing.
Yo,
I'm super excited about the artists that actually get to use this production who, they don't frequent Miami, or they're not in Atlanta, or, some of these markets that you guys are in, and they get the opportunity to like really do some damage on some real good production. So again, thank you guys for your contribution to this pack. I think our job is just to make sure that we create awareness around this body of work that you guys created, and get people to use it. So again, I'm super excited about getting it, because it's just really great work.
Oh yeah, appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, definitely, Dima. We definitely hear you now too as well. Um, yeah, I wanted to get. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, love that. Again, it has to come from a place of just caring about like your creation, and also like helping others, and like servicing these artists and trying to get that unique sound in that pair. I wanted to ask you all, like, while we got you on the chat, like, how has like Beat Library and your own personal experience helped you guys like reaching these audiences, and how have that been working for you guys as far as your experience with the platform, uploading music, and doing these types of collaborations where you get the experiment with working with other producers and getting that sound out to an artist that may be in Cleveland or Indonesia or London, and they get the opportunity to make this record and get it out to the world. So my question again is, how do you guys like use the platform, and how do you feel about, how does the platform help you guys do that?
Oh, I feel like it helps us because it's like you never know where somebody's listening from. Like somebody could be on there from, like, I'm in US, so somebody could be on there from Europe listening to my stuff, and then I don't even know who the person is. So I think that's dope, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he definitely like I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dima. I would definitely like your take on it. Amazing. I'm super. Yeah. Your comment was amazing. Exactly. I'm so happy you guys actually, take advantage of the platform and its mission, and it helps you guys with artist discovery, getting your sound out. And I'm hoping that with this pack, we can track and find some great artists and see where this pack and this music lands up, and what artists do with this amazing body of work that you guys put together. As we wrap up, Sam, I don't know if you have any final questions or send offs or anything like that before we get into this last record. Definitely let the chat know where they can find this music, and we'll make sure we put it in the description. And because again, our job is just to create as much awareness and let people run this pack up for you guys. That's the way we support you guys and your efforts and all y'all work. So again, thank you guys for this amazing piece of work. We're super excited to have it and host it on Beatlibrary. And yeah, Sam, let's if you have any other questions, and then let's get into this last record and wrap everything up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But I mean, you guys had the music so far. We're gonna have one last one play us out. But yeah, if you guys are looking for the pack link, the easiest way to find it, just go straight to the Beatlibrary platform. It'll be on the banners. For everyone watching recordings a month from now, just click the links below. You'll see where it is. You'll see TT, Audi, and Beat Republic's own producer links. So if you guys want to go straight to their profile, check everything out. Again, the links are below, discount code below as well, so you can get signed up straight away. But yeah, let's play this last one while we wrap up today.
And real quick, TT, can you tell everybody where to find you guys, your socials, TT Audi and Beat Republic?
Oh yeah, my Instagram and Twitter is at TTAXDI.
All right, sweet. What about you? Where can we find you on socials? Okay, and that's Swede 808 Mafia and at Beat Republic. So chat, any viewers, please go support these guys. Follow their journeys. Super dope stuff. Always working, always getting placements, and just moving and shaking. So I think it'd be wise. If you guys making music, if you used any of this music from the pack, send it over to these guys. Let them know what you did with their record, and hopefully they, you guys can network and take things to the next step. But yeah, Sam, that's about it. Again, thanks everybody, and Sam, we can introduce this last pack.
Yo, absolutely. Last one that we're playing today is Feelings, and again, guys, pleasure and privilege to have you guys on. This one's gonna wrap us up. We'll talk again soon.
Let's do it.